Hey, this is Kevin Kwok, founder of J29 Creative Group. So today is our first episode of Digital First in 2023. I know we've done a lot of videos over the last almost 7 years. And hey, we wanted to do something that's different. We really want to educate our audience with marketing trends and what marketing really should look like for your brand or organization. Because I think there's a misconception and there is so much noise out in the market that lead people wrong. And today, we're going to talk just about that. So one of the biggest misconceptions that people have when it comes to marketing is, it is the be all. Hey, if I start doing marketing, it's just gonna drive me a ton of revenue. The truth is, it isn't, because when it comes to business, it's a combination of how you manage your processes and how you manage your people and the product and service you provide. It isn't just marketing alone. Nowadays, you have to look at marketing from a holistic approach. So you have to step back, right, 2,000 feet and look deep inside your organization and look into the details. So many people do it wrong because they have in their mindset that marketing equals lead gen. Therefore, are you on LinkedIn? If you're on LinkedIn, you're bombarded with emails of appointment setters that promise you for this amount of dollars, we'll set a number of bookings for you. But guess what? Bookings and appointments don't always lead to conversions. But marketing is so much more than that. And if you believe that's all marketing is, it really cheapens and devalues the word marketing. So keep in mind, marketing is brand awareness. It's raising the value of the service and product that you provide. You deserve it, right? You work hard to create that one-of-a-kind product. You work hard to create a service that answers a market's need. So you want to put dollar signs to it. You want it to be worthy of the right potential clients. Therefore, this is where marketing come in. Marketing is content today, right? That elevates whatever you provide, no matter if it's service or product. It has to be the right context, right? And how do you showcase that in a world that's super noisy? There's so much crap that's out there, right? There's gurus. As soon as you turn on the internet, you turn on your phone, boom, you are being haggled to death and false promises. The truth is, there's no shortcuts, right? Marketing today requires work, just like anything else. And what does work mean? Work means time. And time is one of the most valuable resources that we have. And guess what? You have to measure, is it worthwhile for you to spend your time on working on marketing things? Or is it worthwhile to spend your time on doing things that produce a larger income? So think about those things when you start out your marketing journey. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna hire someone to do it? Or are you gonna trust an agency to do it? So in 2023, let me put it in perspective. It's no longer email marketing, social media marketing, or print. It is everything. It's an ecosystem. Are you able to create a functional system that works effectively within your organization? And every organization is different. Some organizations have CEOs that are visionaries and leaders that understand the importance of culture and getting content back to the marketing team. Other organizations, not so well, because marketing is at the end of the funnel. They don't care. It's not a priority. That's the last thing on their list, right? Because we want sales. So sell. We want ROI, right? But people forget how much is your brand worth to you as a leader? How much is your brand value to your audience? You create that through content, and therefore it is a priority. So in order to do it well, you have to create systems in place. Is it Dropbox? Is it Google Drive? How are we going to share pictures? Are we making our staff and team a priority for them to post on social media or share content? Are we equipping our marketing teams with the right tools so they can excel in doing quality marketing? I always laugh because a lot of times people think as an agency we can wave a magic wand and we can magically create amazing Instagram, amazing LinkedIn posts, and just these beautiful things. But the truth is, it requires the images. We require photography, video, quality video, right? Because there are times people send us stuff and the pictures are pixelated, but they expect it to look like Nike. That ain't gonna happen. So how are you gonna produce those things, right? So you have to create a system, and guess what? If you have a Honda Civic budget, you can't expect a BMW. So just remember those things when you're heading towards your journey and marketing in 2023. You get what you pay for. And hey, you can't do it all, right? We have to tackle it by piece. So you have to understand there's a notion that, hey, we have to be everywhere in today's marketing world. We have to be on LinkedIn, we have to be on Twitter, we have to be on TikTok, we have to be on Facebook, and we have to be on talk. Blah, blah. But the truth is, there's so much channels out there. You can't be everywhere, right? Especially when you're a small to mid-sized business, right? You have to find the right space where your audience is. So you have to define your why, define who you're gonna connect with, and from there, you make decisions based on your budget. Hey, if I had this kind of budget, what's gonna get me the most out of that budget? So it might be AdWords. With AdWords, you get quicker results because instead of waiting for SEO to work for you organically, you get that instant. You pay to play, right? But at the same time, you have to look at, hey, how do I drive my organic SEO so I can lower my costs of ad spend? So those are things that you have to think about. And that's the difference between hiring a professional versus your granddaughter who's awesome at Instagram, right? Because they're able to really look at these things, right? The key is you do it all and then you let the data tell that story of how you want to navigate and where you need to go. So, and a lot of people forget nowadays, it's like you hear in the market, everyone's selling video. Oh, I do production, video here, videographers here, freelancer videographers here, and video, because, we live in a space where video is 80% of the content out there, but people forget it's great to have a cool video, but a video is just cool to have. You pay a lot of money and it's cool to have. But now where do you put this video? Where do you amplify it? It's like having an amazing commercial and not having the station to blast that commercial, right? You have to know where your audience is. You have to know how to tap into it to win attention. So those are things that you have to look at holistically. So everything you do in the marketing world is all about testing, data, and where my audience is. And you need to show up. And that's how simple marketing is. But we're taught wrong, right? Because we live in a world where people are trying to make money. And to make money, we have to sell you products. So a lot of agencies, a lot of gurus, they have to sell you lessons. They have to sell you things that you might not need. But hey, it's easy to sell, right? So the truth is, when it comes to marketing, first, you have to define who you are, your why, your budget. If you don't know what your budget is, if you can't define that, then it's hard to tell you what you should do for marketing because you have to be realistic, right? Like earlier, I said you get what you pay for. And if you have a micro budget, then you need to do micro things that can maximize that budget. So really, when it comes to marketing, you really have to look at it as a whole. Marketing as a whole is no longer about just being on social media, emailing, or certain tools, right? It's not about the tools, but it's about the message. It's about what you put out there. It's about what's the perception that you want your target audience to perceive you as. And, you know, I always say these tools change every day. Just remember how popular Facebook used to be and where it is today. It's so different. And even TikTok, right? Beginning of 2022 TikTok and TikTok today is different. So it's so important to really remember it's all about building your brand. A brand that's worthy of a following, a brand that's worthy of a nurture audience. So you have to win trust. And this isn't anything different from old marketing tactics. If you read textbook marketing back in the early 90s, it's the same thing. It's about garnering trust because trust is everything. We do business with people. We do business with people we like to do business with. You don't just go buy a product not knowing where it come from, right? We choose brands that fit our lifestyle, fit our belief system. We find a common place, and those are the things that we want to invest in. So it's so important when you're small to mid-sized business, no matter if you're a dentist, no matter if you're in real estate, no matter if you're a gym, you have to understand your audience and you delivering them the value that they're looking for. And then you can't say, hey, my gym fits everyone. Because the truth is there's different types of clientele, right? Some Lifetime Fitness and OP is probably more of a, you know, white collar family than Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, they're looking for more eco-economical friendly solution, and people that are probably more new to the whole fitness lifestyle. So it's the same thing with any business, right? You have to go, hey, I can't just blanket everybody. I have to go, hey, who is my true audience? What's my lowest hanging fruit? And then you deliver them marketing that fits that certain person and messaging, you know? That way they can decide for themselves, this is a fit. And so when it comes to marketing, keep in mind, all these are super important things that I'm talking about. And as you journey into 2023, so many times people complain about the agencies or the marketing people they're working with, or the departments are failing them. Maybe you need to look deep inside your organization. You might be failing them. So are you giving them what they need to do their job? Yeah, so let's summarize what we just talked about really quick. So number one, when it comes to marketing, you have to know your audience. You have to understand your brand. Number two, you have to know your budget. How much money do we have for the year to spend? And what is a good fit, right? You can't say, hey, I'm gonna do everything, because a Honda budget isn't gonna get you a BMW solution. Number three, you have to understand that marketing relationships with your marketing department, agency, or the person you work with, it goes both ways. It isn't just about them performing, but are you working for them as well? It's a true partnership. You have to give them the tools they need, because you know your customers better than anyone. So equip them. Just like an employee, you have to equip them to excel. And if you can tackle those three things in 2023 and meet your customers where they're at, you're gonna kill it. And if you don't know how, give me a call, dude. Later.